When you look at a flat map and draw a straight line between two cities, say Paris and Los Angeles or Tokyo and New York, it feels obvious to assume that this is exactly how planes fly. The shortest path between 2 points, a direct line. No detours, no curves, but if you open a real-time flight tracker or check actual flight paths, you'll quickly realize something strange. Planes don't fly in straight lines. Instead, they arch across the globe, curving northward, often over regions like Alaska, Greenland, or even close to the Arctic Circle. At first glance, it makes no sense. Why would an airline intentionally choose a longer route, wasting fuel and time, when a straight line seems so simple and efficient? And more importantly, is it even longer? The answer lies in a fundamental truth that most people never think about, and that is the fact that Earth is a sphere, not a rectangle. And that maps lie. The maps we use in school, in atlases, on websites, they all rely on projections. The most common one is called the Mercator projection, which takes the surface of a round planet and stretches it out into a flat shape. And in doing so, it massively distorts distances, angles, and the size of landmasses, especially the farther you get from the equator. That means that what looks like a straight line on a map is not the shortest path between 2 points. The true shortest path on a sphere is called a Great Circle Route, or orthodrome, and it appears curved when projected onto a flat surface. So when a plane flies from London to Tokyo and takes a strange northern arc, it's not being inefficient. It's being mathematically perfect. In other words, the line may look curved on your screen, but it's the closest thing to a straight shot across the Earth's surface. And commercial airlines know that every kilometer matters. But geometry is just the beginning. Because even though a Great Circle Route is the shortest theoretical path, that doesn't mean planes always follow it exactly. In real-world aviation, there are many more variables at play, and they can turn a theoretically perfect route into something far more complex. Let's start with airspace restrictions. Planes can't just fly anywhere. The sky is divided into zones, managed by countries, governments, and international organizations. Some regions, like North Korea, parts of Iran, war zones, and military bases are off-limits, either for safety reasons or political ones. That means pilots and airlines must plan their routes around those areas, even if it means adding hundreds of kilometers. Then there's air traffic control. Every flight must be coordinated with others. Airplanes share the sky with thousands of others every day. And to avoid collisions or conflicts, controllers assign them to specific corridors, altitudes, and speeds. That sometimes means deviating from the ideal route in favor of a safer, more manageable one, especially over busy zones like Europe or the eastern United States. And then comes the wind. High above the Earth's surface, at cruising altitudes around 10 to 12 kilometers, powerful air currents whip around the planet. These are called jet streams, and they can reach speeds of over 250 miles per hour. If a plane flies with the jet stream, it can save massive amounts of fuel and time. If it flies against it, the trip gets slower, bumpier, and far less efficient. So pilots often adjust their routes, sometimes significantly, to ride with the wind instead of fighting it. Weather also plays a huge role. Even if a route looks short on paper, it may pass through thunderstorms, turbulence, icing zones, or areas with limited visibility. In those cases, flight paths are adjusted in real time based on satellite data and pilot reports to make sure the flight stays safe and smooth, even if it adds distance. And there's one more thing. Planes don't use maps the way we do. Pilots don't draw lines between cities and hope for the best. Flight management systems use specialized software to calculate routes that combine distance, fuel, airspace restrictions, wind, traffic, and weather. And they do it every single time before takeoff. The result is a flight plan that may look strange on your screen, curved, indirect, or even zigzagged. But in reality, it's the result of dozens of invisible forces shaping the safest and most efficient route through the sky. So no, planes don't fly in straight lines, because Earth isn't flat, because the air is moving, because people, politics, physics, and safety all matter, and because the shortest line is never as simple as it looks. If you made it this far, you're probably not looking for shortcuts. You're looking for the truth. And here at Almost Fiction, that's exactly what we give you. No cheap tricks, no half answers, and no 5-word headlines that pretend to explain the world. Every video here is built the same way airplanes fly, with precision, with systems, and with the understanding that every detail matters. We don't waste your time with filler. We take big questions, like why your voice sounds different, why QR codes work, or why planes don't fly where you think they do. And we go deep, until the answers are as solid as the ground beneath your feet. So if that's your thing, If you like content that hits harder because it's real, then go ahead and hit like. And if you want more of it, there's only one way to guarantee you'll get it. Subscribe. Not because we're begging, but because this isn't fast food for the algorithm. It's handcrafted content for people who still give a damn about how things actually work. We're almost fiction, where everything sounds unbelievable, but it's all true. And the next video, it's already taking off.